This is the video presentation of our project to see what the attendance of students is on weeknights at the JFK Study Lounge here at St. Francis University. Through this project, we are really trying to give ourselves factual information to show the impact of losing access to a large study environment here on campus. We aren't trying to see how many people come from the Science Center to JFK at 11 p.m. when the Science Center closes, but instead we want to see how many people go to JFK initially and skip the step of getting kicked out of the Science Center at 11 p.m. We also want to focus on weeknights because those are the days when people typically have tests and homework. Our research question is, now that the Science Center on campus closes at 11 p.m., what is the attendance of JFK Study Lounge on weeknights, since it is the only place on campus that you can do work after 11 p.m.? This question is our way of questioning the effectiveness of how things are being ran on campus as of now. To conduct this project effectively, we made a plan of methodology. We decided to observe the attendance of students for 3 days in 1 week, so we would have 3 separate sets of data to look at and compare. If there was more time to do extensive research, we would have observed the attendance in the JFK Study Lounge for many weeks, so we could see trends in the number of people working there in an aspect as specific as what days of the week were the busiest. For our times, we decided to count the number of people working in the JFK Study Lounge at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and 11 p.m. These are the times after everyone has finished their meetings, classes, or whatever they were doing on campus and came to JFK to do their schoolwork. As for counting the students working in JFK, both my partner and I counted and compared our results. If we had different numbers, we would recount the numbers until we had matching numbers. After we collected our data, we put all the information into a Microsoft Excel file. With Excel, we made 3 groups, one for each night, to show the progression of attendance at JFK throughout the night. We also put regression lines on these graphs to see correlations, and the results were as expected. The number of people working in JFK Study Lounge grows at a very strong and positive rate. With the information we have, it is safe to predict that the number of people in JFK will climb to a point where it is no longer an effective work environment. There are just too many people and too many distractions. This graph shows how the attendance at JFK Study Lounge climbed on April 1st, 2014. As you can see, there is a very strong positive correlation. Attendance started at 21 people and went the whole way to 81 people. This is the graph that shows the attendance at JFK Study Lounge on April 2nd, 2014. There were not as many people working in JFK on this day, but the correlation is still very similar and shows significant progression of attendance throughout the night. This graph shows the number of people in JFK Study Lounge on April 3rd, 2014. The numbers are lower on this, but once again, we can see that the correlation is very similar and still shows significant growth in attendance throughout the night. Also, we need to keep in mind that there are outside factors that could affect the population in JFK Study Lounge on this day. There is a local bar that sends buses to the university on Thursday nights to take the students for the bar for the night and then gives them a ride back. Besides the bar, many students also take the time to participate in off-campus activities on Thursdays instead of doing schoolwork. Overall, we are clearly able to see a problem with the attendance of working students in JFK Study Lounge. The rate of people increased fast and steadily throughout each night, even when the number of people present differed with each night. Through this project, we are able to see that the need for another area, like the Science Center, is needed to make room for all the students who have to study and do work. JFK Study Lounge simply has too many people for its size. The main factor that would have helped us conduct a better project would be time. If we could have started the project before the Science Center started closing at 11 p.m., we would be able to see if there was a problem with overattendance at the JFK Study Lounge beforehand. We also could have stayed at JFK Study Lounge longer each night that we observed so that we could see how the number of people there changed after the Science Center closed for the night. This would have given us more information to analyze and present.